on, guys? This is your old pal CHH. Have a seat. So I got a message from a viewer the other day, and they were like, hey, man, I'm trying to kind of beef up my Arrow collection. What slasher films came out from Arrow? So I thought, why not just show you guys my stack of movies that are slasher films? I tried to be pretty strict with the definition, so we're going to go through that. Now, these are Blu-rays and some 4Ks, and I'm just going to kind of relax. We're going to go through this, and this will be a chill video, so why don't we get started? Let's start with some slipcover ones first. The first one I have here is a movie called Hell High. I enjoyed this one. This one has a really good premise. I'll read you the quick synopsis. Teenage kicks take a decidedly dark turn into Douglas Grossman's Hell High, a twisted tale of delinquency pushed into its horrifying extreme where Class of 1984 meets I Spit on Your Grave. Doesn't that sound good? This is a really great tale of revenge. I like this movie a lot. This is a Blu-ray. Love that artwork too for Hell High. This was really fun. This actually came out not long ago. This was a 1986 slasher, came out in 2022. When high school football hero John quits the team, he winds up falling in with a group of outcasts led by sadistic Dickens, played to unhinged perfection by the late Christopher Stryker. With a willing new recruit in tow, the gang's youthful hijinks soon spiral into a night of abject horror when they decide to play a cruel prank on the home of their teacher, Miss Storm, who, unbeknownst to the youngsters, harbors a dark and tormented past. This was one of those little slashers that I never heard of and never saw, and I really enjoyed it. Get this. Look at that slipcover art. Are you kidding me? Phenomenal. So that's actually a recent one we have. All right, so here's one where everybody upgraded it, and I think I'm the only one who didn't. That is Alice, Sweet Alice. This is the 2K scan Blu-ray, which I watched it, and I was super happy with the picture quality, so I decided to not upgrade it again. I just decided to keep this one. Although the people that upgrade this to 4K, don't blame you. It's going to be a fantastic release. But, man, this is a classic. This is a kind of a precursor to even, like, Halloween. I think this came out before Halloween. Yeah, this was 76. Phenomenal movie. Phenomenal movie. Check this one out, guys, if you haven't seen it, and own it if you haven't seen it. There's a ton of special features on here, too. Ton of them. And I'm sure they were all ported over to the 4K. Like I said, if you haven't owned this before, get the 4K. If not, if you can get the Blu-ray cheap, this is a 2K scan. I'm very happy with it. I always wonder why on some of these slipcovers they have this hole right there. What's that all about? I don't know, but I love this movie. I love this movie with a passion. So good. One of the best 70s films. Great twist, too, but I won't spoil that. Alice, Sweet Alice. That's a great one. All right, this next movie is terrible. It's horrible. I hate it. Hate's a strong word, but it's not good. I'm talking about The Prey. Now, the artwork on this is fantastic. This is a cheap-ass slasher film. I got nothing good to say about this, except the fact that the release and the artwork is fantastic. They got Justin Osborne to do the art on here. I wanted to like this. I like the premise of this. It's a deep wilderness kind of slasher, but God, it just didn't work. And when you see something at the end, it looks pathetic. There is a director's cut on here, though, an international cut that has a little bit more goods to it, if you will. So all I'm saying is great release from Arrow when this came out. This was 2019, I think. But watch it before buying it. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. The Prey, ladies and gentlemen. Next up, this is an overseas release, but it's a 4K, so if you pick this up on 4K, obviously it'll play in an American player because 4K is a region-free format. This is their release for Madman, which I was super happy with this. I thought the Madman release was really, really good. I love this movie. Don't say his name. It's Madman. What do you want me to say about it? I mean, it's just a classic. I love this so much. Classic slasher. And Dead Pit has interview segments on there, which is hysterical. All right, let's go to some non-slipcovers, and then we'll go back to some slipcovers. First up is The Initiation. I think this one's okay. I don't think that this one is great. I think this one is okay. I got this because Clu Gallagher, rest in peace, is in this. He has a job. He has a part as the dad in the movie. Not a big part, but this was not bad. I believe this one took place in a mall. Yeah, once inside the mall, the group found themselves locked in for the night along with a deadly intruder. A little slow, Not overwhelmingly great, but not bad. Again, I definitely recommend checking it out, but I don't think there's any harm in owning this. I don't foresee this getting a upgrade anytime soon. I do like the reverse art too, with the girl as a candle. Good special features on here. That's another thing I'll say. Very, very good special features on here. So, yeah. Not bad. Not bad. Initiation. Great title too. I love the title. Next up, guys, this is one of two from the director who had some movies come out. His name's slipping me on here. But I'm talking about Deadly Manor. People shit on this movie. I love this movie. I think it's so bad it's good. It kind of feels like a crazy full moon movie, to be honest with you. I mean, just look at this image on the original artwork. It's kind of freaky, isn't it? The characters are over the top, like dumb. But, I mean, they kind of all were in slasher films. At least a lot of them were. But this was a really good release. 2K restoration for the negative. Again, I feel like I'm saying this a lot. I would recommend seeing this before buying it. But this and Edge of the Axe, I just recommend owning these two. I love them. I love Deadly Manor, and I love Edge of the Axe, which, of course, we'll look at Edge of the Axe in this video. One more non-slip, then we'll go back to slips. This is a movie called The Wind with Meg Foster. This is a slasher film. Not bad either. Not bad whatsoever. I did a review on this if you want to go check out my full review on The Wind, but it came out and I feel like nobody got it. Don't know why. Who doesn't want to see Meg Foster starring in a slasher film? This was good. I like this one a lot. There's some great chase sequences. The scenery in this one is gorgeous. I forgot where they filmed this, but it wasn't in Kansas. I'll put it to you like that. Or Nebraska. So, yeah, but great cast in this. Great cast in this. It's a Euro kind of movie. Euro horror slasher. So, this is a unique one. Yeah, I don't know why nobody got this one. The Wind. Meg Foster. Come on. Pick that up. What are y'all doing? Let's go back to a few slips now. Just love the fact that I get to mention this again. The Friday the 13th release. I wouldn't sleep on this. This is one of the best Arrow releases. I love it. This artwork is just phenomenal. I really hope they do this for Elm Street, the remake, as well as Freddy vs. Jason. Killed it. Just absolutely killed this release. Great features. Marcus Nispel talked about, you know, the trials and tribulations of making this movie and got really into the nitty-gritty of it, which we never really got to hear before in detail. And he kind of dispelled some rumors about this movie that he was disinterested while making this. No, he lost a bunch of time while making this, so he had to rush the movie, which I never knew before until watching this. But this looks really good. Really sharp, really crisp and sharp. The scenes at the in the movie where you see Jason in his bunker, you get a lot more clarity in that. I was pausing the movie, looking at the scenery the whole time. Loved it. This was a great release. Next up, guys, love the artwork on this one. Don't really love the movie. Gotta be honest. That was Lover's Lane. I mean, look at that artwork. That artwork's fantastic. Let's read you a little bit about this one. A steamy secret, trice that the brutally cut short on Valentine's Day, an unlucky 13 years ago, comes back to haunt the teens who linger around the Lover's Lane when a double slaying took place. The county sheriff, Tom Anderson, has just about come to terms with the fact that it was his wife who died in another man's car on that fateful night. His daughter, Mandy, who is a 4-year-old, saw a mother's corpse carried away from the scene, has a different take on things. Doesn't help that the classmate, Michael, lost his father to the same hook-handed homicidal maniac in the same night. To cap it off, as another Valentine's comes around, reports come through that the man arrested as the Hook has just bust out of his asylum. So, I mean, I love Anna Faris in this, but it just... This one was a little too much for me. I'd suggest just sticking with... I know what you did last summer, but you know what? I shouldn't say that. I really shouldn't, because I think there's an audience for this movie. This is a good release from Arrow, and kind of surprised me when they put this out. I'm kind of hoping they announce some more slasher films. I feel like they haven't done any in a while, although this one's very much over the top. But check it out, Lover's Lane. I think there's an audience for it. I shouldn't dispel it that hard. Next up, guys, a yearly watch every Thanksgiving, Blood Rage. And apparently this slipcover is like special or rare. People try to buy it from me all the time. I got it at FYE when this movie came out. The classic Thanksgiving slasher, Twin Magic. I think it's fine to say it by now. I think everybody's seen the film. Love this movie. Again, this is a great release. There's a ton of different versions of this movie, with one of them having a great name. I like the other name better. Nightmare at Shadow Woods. Come on, that's a fantastic title. Great slasher. Love the characters in this one. Love the atmosphere in this one. Yearly watch. Yearly watch. I love it. I don't care if they ever do a 4K for this or not. I'm totally happy with this release, and I'll stick with it. Love that movie, though. Pick it up. It's still available, just that slip is expensive. Let's go to some non-slips again. Where are we at on time, guys? We're at 10 minutes, so we're still going. All right, guys, next up, I have to talk about this movie. It's not really a slasher film, but when else am I going to talk about this? Everybody needs this in their collection. Microwave Massacre. So this is the guy that voiced Frosty the Snowman, I believe. Microwave Massacre stars legendary stand-up comedian actor Jackie Vernon as Donald, a disgruntled construction worker whose wife's predilection for haute cuisine drives him to cannibalism. Donald unwittingly stumbles upon a solution to two major problems in his life: his nagging wife and a lack of decent meals. When one night he bludgeons his better half with a salt grinder in a drunken rage, thinking of his feet, Donald dismembers the body and sets about microwaving the remains, which turns out to be rather delicious. Trouble is, now he has a taste for human flesh that needs satisfying. This goes without saying that this movie is ridiculous, okay? Absolutely ridiculous, but everybody should have this in their collection. Like I said, it's not really even a slasher film per se, but what a release. I think this is still available from Arrow. I don't know if it ever had a slip, for those that might be wondering, but it's got a Blu-ray and DVD, so this tells you how long ago this came out. Booklet, everything. Classic. So bad it's good. I love Microwave Massacre. It's fantastic. Next up, I get people that have been asking me about this movie. I'm a fan of this movie, but a lot of people say they don't like it. And I really don't understand it. I really don't. I'm talking about The Slayer. Slasher. It's a great slasher. The thing about The Slayer is it's really a moody film. You know, it's kind of a haunted house film, it feels like, too. It's got that vibe. It's almost kind of like a nightmarish type film. You don't know what's real. You don't know what's not real. But, God, I love this movie. The Slayer is a classic to me. 1982, 1981, so it's right during the heyday as well. There's a great scene towards the end visually that's just like, whoa. Obviously, I won't dispel too much of that. But I don't know what the problem is with The Slayer. I've always been a fan. This is a great release, too. I mean, when Arrow was putting these out with the big booklets and, you know, including the DVD still. You know, there's the reversible art. I'll show you guys that. The reversible art for The Slayer. But I just... Guys, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of The Slayer. I just kind of feel bad. Like, I like it, but I feel like it gets a lot of crap. I think it's classic. Next up, guys, let's talk about Bloody Birthday. A classic slasher. I love this one. Debbie, Curtis, and Steve may look cute as buttons, but their angelic facade conceals a wicked, murderous bent. 10 years after the three were all born on a solar eclipse, the Twist Dots begin a ghastly campaign of murder and bloody mayhem. Only babysitter Joyce and younger brother Timmy can stop these deadly little darlings before it's too late. Yeah, classic early 80s slasher from Ed Hunt, who did The Brain. The Brain's a classic, too. I like The Brain. That was put out by Scream Factory. I have that. Bloody Birthday, man. Great release. And I didn't like the artwork that they did for this. I liked the artwork on this side. This was the artwork that they had with the teddy bear and the cake. I didn't like that at all. I thought this artwork was so much better, so I instantly reversed the hell out of it as soon as I got it. Yeah. I mean, the slasher era, like Arrow's slasher era for a while, guys, was sensational. I don't know what happened. I feel like they don't really put out too many slashers, but man, like their catalog for slasher movies for a while was fantastic. Yeah, this is great. This is making me reminisce, man. Jesus. All right, let's go to this one. This is a must-own. Absolutely a must-own, guys. I'm talking about Edge of the Axe. I reviewed this when it came out. This is a brutal slasher. This is a fantastic, underrated slasher. There's tons of reviews out there for this. I give credit to Piz, who talked about this years and years and years and years ago. Jose Roman Lares, who did this, and he did Deadly Manor. Edge of the Axe is the one. This is the one. The thing about this movie that's so great, number one, that artwork's fantastic, but the thing about this movie that's so great is they actually made some props where the slasher character whacks people instead of cuts and seeing the effects. Like, they show the act of it because they're using a prop axe, so to speak, and it's super effective. I wish they would have done that more in the genre, but they don't. But man, this is a great one. Edge of the Axe, I love this one. That was a great time for Arrow. Next up, guys, how about Girls' Night Out? This is another good one. Yeah, Girls' Night Out was great. This was one that I feel like this and Hell High were the last slashers to come out from Arrow. When did this one come out? 2020. I don't see the year in here, guys. I'm sorry. 2K restoration from the vault. Like this one. I like what they did with the slipcover too. Instead of mimicking the back of this, they actually gave it old VHS style art on the back. I like that a lot. A scavenger hunt game is planned one night for the DeWitt University sorority. The game takes the girls from graveyards to belfries and from beds to bathtubs. The terror begins as one by one each girl is mysteriously murdered by a sadistic maniac. After each killing, the murderer telephones the local radio station, recites a clue to the disc jockey about the evil things he's doing to each girl. The suspense and tension mount as the sinister clues are deftly pieced together by ex-cop Mac McVeigh. In a truly original surprise ending, the sadistic killer is cleverly trapped in his own game. Pretty fun movie. I'd say get Hell High, that we talked about way earlier, over this, and the reason I compare them is because they're recent releases. But Girls' Night Out was great, and I love the slip they did on this. Obviously, you got the mascot killer, but these are embroidered, and so is Girls' Night Out. They did a great job physically on this release. Come on, Arrow, give us some more slashers. Next up, guys, this is one that it warmed my heart, because when I talked about this and showed this to people, some people were like, I never even thought to do that. I'm talking about Fall Break. Now, this is also known as the Mutilator. As you'll see, if you take this out, that's the artwork for the Mutilator. But I love the title Fall Break more, and I love the artwork for the poster of Fall Break. Love it. As a matter of fact, the director who made this actually had Fall Break posters that he was selling, but they went with the Mutilator, which I agree is a better title, but I prefer Fall Break. Again, I wonder if this will ever get a 4K. I don't need it. 2K restoration from the unrated version from original vault materials. The director was very heavy in making this release a reality. This is great. Mutilator, aka Fall Break, is a great slasher film. This made me fall in love with the slasher genre. I owe a lot to Fall Break, aka Mutilator. Yeah, this is a great one. Love this one to death. This is a must-own. If you don't have the Mutilator, aka Fall Break, get the Arrow Video Blu-ray. Looks fantastic. Super entertaining, super gory. Just great. This was during the heyday, 84. So kind of the tail end of the heyday, but sensational. And the last one, I don't really need to show this, but I will. Arrow Video has the rights to the Psycho movies, and I have a Blu-ray of Psycho 2. All good, all fine. But guys, that's my list of Arrow Video slashers. I wonder if there's more. Let me know, because then I'll pick them up. If I don't have something that I should, you let me know. If you have any questions about any of these, I'd be more than happy to try to answer them. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Arrow Video has some good slashers, as we've seen, so pick those up, guys, check those out, and enjoy the films. Huge, giant thank you to all of my Patreon supporters. Without you guys, this would not be possible. To get behind-the-scenes photos, videos, music, private live streams, and much more, you can subscribe to my Patreon for as little as $1 a month. Thank you to my patrons.